Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a beacon statue. Oh, and by the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, feel free to not only check out the description below for all of my tutorial playlists, but if you want to check out the card system, I'll leave some more specific videos and playlists there that I think that you guys will really want to check out, stuff that more pertains to the beacon. Moving on, if you want to make it, here's what you're going to need. You will need some block of diamond, and grab yourself some obsidian, then grab yourself some white wool, grab some regular glass block, and finally guys, grab yourself some white stained glass block. And those are the only 5 materials that you'll be needing. So once you have each one of those, and once you've figured out what you want to make it, I'll be making it right here. You're going to want to kick off your beacon with a row of 12 obsidian in a row on the floor. That's 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Once you have your row of 12, you then want to take this 12th block, take a sideways view to it, and going right of this 12th block, do a row of 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Once you have your row of 11, you now want to look back on that row of 11, and going right of this 11th block, you want to do another row of 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what you can then do is connect that 11th block all the way back to where you first started. So what you essentially want to have is a 12 by 12 square on the ground, like so. And once you have that square on the ground, you can then add 2 additional layers of obsidian directly on top of that square. So you know how we only have 1 layer of obsidian, which is the base square on the ground? Well, just add 2 additional layers. As a matter of fact, we've almost finished adding the second layers. So, well, the first layer I should say. No. Yeah, technically the second layer, but the first layer in the layer of 2 that we're adding. You guys know what I'm talking about. But regardless, we've just finished adding each one of those 2 additional layers. What you want to have in total is 3 layers of obsidian on the ground, and it wants to end up looking a little something like this. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So, what we now essentially want to do, we want to inside each one of the 4 corners of our 12 by 12 square of obsidian, we want to do a diamond block inside each one of those 4 corners, like that. And what we then want to do on top of each one of those 4 diamond blocks is we want to go up on top of each one of them, each by 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 more guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then connect each one of those 11th blocks together at the top, and you can also connect them together at the bottom as well. So just go all the way around the top of them guys, connect them together, and also do the same with the first block as well. So we just want to have a nice cube-ish looking shape sat on top of our bed of obsidian. Whoops, we lost it there, didn't we? So we just want to have a cube-ish looking shape sat on top of our bed of obsidian. So we just want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So we now have to do the exact same thing inside each one of these 4 side faces, and it's this. So on top of the 2 middle blocks, starting from the bottom of the center of each one of the 4 sides, we want to do 2 diamond in the 2 center spots of the row. We then want to do 2 white on top of the diamond. Then starting from the left hand side, this left white, we want to do 2 up left diagonals. That's 1, whoops, that is 1 and 2, then go up 1, then do 2 up right diagonals, 1, 2, right 1, 2 bottom right diagonals, that's 1 and 2, then down 1, then do a bottom left diagonal, and then we'll just end up with a nice white circular shape like this. What we can then do is fill the white circular shape in with white wool, and then we can fill the rest of the side in with a block of diamonds. So That's exactly what we're going to want to do for each one of the 4 sides, and we're also going to want to do pretty much the same thing at the top, although the top looks a little bit different because, I'm just going to point this out just so that you guys don't think this is wrong. You can see the white circular shape in the center. You can see that it's not exactly centered, is it? You can see that it's a little further down the block of diamond than it is at the top. There's like 3 spaces at the top, there's 2 spaces at the bottom. Don't worry, it's supposed to be like that. Don't worry, you've not done anything wrong. Once you've done that to one side, let's do the exact same thing to the other side. So coming to this side, it doesn't really matter which order we do this in. 2 middle blocks, then 2 white wool on top of the 2 diamond blocks. Then starting from the left, we do 2 up left diagonals, that's 1 and 2. We go up 1, 2 up right diagonals, right 1, right 1, then 2 bottom right diagonals, that's 1 and 2. We then go down 1, then do a bottom left diagonal, and that's just of course the white shape once again, and then we can just fill that in, and then we can do all of the I don't know why, hang on, I've got no clue why, but my throat's just been incredibly dry throughout this tutorial, and it's been irritating me, and I'm sure that's been irritating you as well, but that's hopefully taken care of. We're just filling in the white again, or we've already filled in the white, I guess. And now we're just filling the diamond in around the white circular shape. So the second side should look identical to the first, and of course we've got to do this 2 more times, so why don't we do that? So moving on to this side here, we do the 2 middle blocks, 2 white wool. From the left one we do 2 up left diagonals, so that's 1, 2, then it's just like up 1, 2 up right diagonals, right 1, then 2 bottom right diagonals, then down 1, then a bottom left diagonal, and that will give us our circular shape. And I'm going to do this on the other side as well, because I don't want to keep interrupting myself, because I'll have to count if I do this. Well, I don't have to count, but it's kind of hard to keep on track. It's kind of hard to keep like a train of thought going if I'm like doing diagonals and stuff, just because of how my mind works. But so all we have to do now, since I've kind of done like the circular shapes in the 2 other sides, just have to fill those in with white, and I obviously have to fill the other 2 sides in with diamond. And then we've just got the top to do, and like I said, the top's actually, it's the exact same thing that we've got to do, except it looks different at the top because the top's ever so slightly smaller than each one of the sides. The actual white shape in the center is actually, well, centered on the top. There's like an equal amount around the white circular shape on the top, as opposed to on the sides where, like I pointed out, there's more diamond at the top of it than there is at the bottom. So we've just about finished doing this 4th and almost final side, and what you want to end up with, guys, obviously it should look a little bit like this, but you guys already knew that. Once you've got one side taken care of, all of the other sides are very, very simple. Now, once you've got all of those completely done, we can now come to the top of this thing. And it doesn't really matter which side you start this from, since this is just completely symmetrical, but what you want to do is you want to take the 2 middle blocks of, you know, whatever side you want to start from, you want to extend them towards you by 1, then do 2 white wool, and then it's basically just forming that very same white circular shape, and you guys know how to do that. It's just the exact same shape that we've already done 4 times already, except that the only difference this time is, of course, we're doing it from a different angle, but I'm sure that you guys don't have to be told once again how to make this, and we've just got to fill this in with white now, and then we can just fill all around it in with a block of diamonds. So why don't we just fill everywhere else in with a block of diamond, then I can show you, and then we can move on to the next bit. So obviously once this is done, we will have then gotten our little crystal ball, our little diamond ball taken care of, and then we can move on to the big giant glass casing. But this is what you want to have at the top of your beacon, guys. This is what you want to have. As you can see, the white circle is completely centered this time, and it doesn't really matter where you start off. It's the exact same shape as each one of the other 4 sides, except of course, like I said, positioned ever so slightly differently. Once you've got that taken care of, guys, we can now move on to the next bit. So the next bit is this. Come to any one of the 4 sides or 4 corners of your beacon. You're looking for this block right here. So this is the corner of your beacon. Moving out diagonally, you want to be on the second diagonal out of your beacon. So that'll be the first. This is a second. On top of that second diagonal out of the beacon, place a white stained glass. on top of the white stained glass, go up by 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You then want to go right of that 15th block by 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then connect that 15th block all the way down to the ground, and then, whoops, yep, there we go, connect it all the way down to the ground, and then connect it all the way back to where you first started. So you just want to have a nice big square shape like this. Now, what we then want to do is we just want to essentially do a big giant cube that sits outside of our beacon. So we now just want to come to each one of these corners, and we want to extend them back, the ground ones, until they are on the equivalent positions on the back of the beacon as they are the front, so they kind of want to be like on the second diagonal like this. And not only do you want to do that on one side, but you also want to do it on the other side. And what you can also do is you can just kind of like snake around the beacon. As if you just keep like one block away from the beacon and go all the way around, you'll accomplish the same effect. And what we also want to do is raise up these two back corners until they are equal height with the corners that we have at the front of the beacon. And you don't have to worry about counting them out or anything like that. We've already counted them out. We already know they're right. So just raise them up until they're roughly equal height, then connect them together, and then destroy whatever blocks are left. So if you've went over by a couple of blocks, it doesn't really matter, does it? You can just destroy whatever block is left, and you just want to end up with a nice big giant cubish looking shape like this, which is relatively simple, isn't it? Now, once you've got that taken care of, the only thing that we have left to do is to completely fill this thing in with glass. So why don't we do just that? So we're now going to take our regular glass, or if you prefer it, continue using your white stained glass, and we're now just going to fill in each one of the four sides, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to talk about from this point onwards. By the way guys, I figured that I should probably mention this. Back a few world tours ago, back in, oh I don't know, like my creative world number 4 or something, or maybe even number 3, because I think I'm currently on creative world 6. I lose track with these things, I go through them relatively quickly. I already did a beacon statue, except I never made a tutorial for it. Except I kinda did. Once upon a time I made a tutorial for this beacon, except it was a little bit more detailed. You know when you look at an actual beacon, how there's lots of detail in the glass, like there is regular glass, it kinda looks like this. Well, I made it like that, except it absolutely looked terrible. And that's why I decided to simplify the beacon. That's why we kind of just have like the white stained glass on the borders going around it, and that's why we just have like the regular glass in the center. Because once upon a time, like I said, I did make and design a beacon that was a little bit more complicated than this. It had all of like the flecks of white in the glass and everything. It was mainly just comprised of like the materials that we've used now, except like I said, it was a little bit more detailed. It was infinitely harder to make. It didn't look any better, and it was just a frustrating experience. It really was. So I figured that I'd just mention this just in case any of you guys are watching this and you're like, hey, didn't he at one point do another beacon that looked a little bit different to this? And I did. You can see it in one of my world tours. I think it's actually my creative world number 4. Except, like I said, it's really, and trust me on this one, guys, trust me on this one. I've simplified a couple of items before, like the furnace and the pumpkin, and I'm sure that there's been others as well that I've kind of simplified. It's not worth the extra effort, and it doesn't look any better. It doesn't look any better to add all of the white stained glass in. Not only can you can't even really tell. Like, you can't tell it's been added, because once all of the glass is in, and it all starts like, you know how glass looks when you've got like glass behind glass behind glass? It all starts melding in together, and it all just looks the same. And it actually takes away from the actual diamond block in the center of the beacon. This way is better. And I've been harking on this for a little while now, haven't I? There's no real reason to keep talking about that. But I just wanted to mention that just in case you guys have seen my more detailed version, which, like I said, it's not worth it. It takes, and I'm not joking, it takes like 40 minutes to make, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't. It looks weird. it just looks strange and bizarre. It actually looks okay, like, if you have just one side of it, like, if you have one side put up of the glass, then you can see, like, all of the detail in it. But once you add each one of the other four sides, it all just melts together, and you get no extra effect than this has. So, is there anything else to talk about? Is there anything else that I want to mention before we actually finish this up? Because we're on the fourth side, we only have one side left to do, which is, of course, the top. We've just got to fill the top of this thing in. Oh, that's something that I should and could mention. I was thinking about this. I did this once before. When I made an Ender Portal frame a long time ago, I decided to take an extra step, and I never did a tutorial for it, but I made an actual Ender Portal. I made it out of, like, how many is it? Is it like 9 frames or 12 frames? I can't remember how many it is. I think it's 12. I made it out of 12 frames, and I made like a scale version of an actual Ender Portal, and it looked amazing. I was considering doing a very similar thing with the beacon. I was thinking about, like, stacking a diamond block pyramid, like, you know, actual scale diamond blocks that I'd make. Like, what are they, like 16 by 16 or 14 by 14? Like, I figured I'd make a pyramid out of diamond blocks, and I was thinking that I'd stick this thing on top of it. I think that I might actually do that. I don't know whether I'd do a tutorial for it, although I could, because it wouldn't even be that hard. It'd be really, really easy, I think. But I think that it'd be really fun, and I think that it'd look really, really cool. Just a huge, giant diamond pyramid with this thing on top might be cool. If you guys have made it this far, let me know if you think that's a good idea. But that is the beacon, guys. Looking pretty good, looking pretty accurate. Shall we take out the actual beacon itself so we can kind of compare them? So let's see here. Let's get on a bed of obsidian. So let's see if we can get both of these. Okay, so now that we've completely filled in each one of the sides, we can take off the UI because we don't need it, and that is the beacon. So there's nothing that you can really do about the detail on the actual glass, on the actual diamond block of the beacon. As you can see, there's a little bit more detail that you could add. You could add some light blue wool to kind of emulate that, but that doesn't look right, or at least it doesn't look right to me. And as you can see, that in the actual glass itself, it looks a little bit different, doesn't it? Like, the glass, it's clear and you've got those flecks of white and stuff. Well, the reason that you can't really copy that and make that look good is simply because of the fact that it's, you know, you can't make there's no way to have, like, a clear surface on the outside of the beacon, and it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right to add detail. It's hard to explain, but trust me when I tell you guys that this is really the best option for limited frustration. So that's the beacon, guys. Let's take a nice little 360-degree view of this thing. I wish that the glass was actually clear. I really do. It'd be so cool if the glass block didn't really, like, connect together in, like, a crisscross pattern, if it just, like, formed a really clear surface. Although I'm sure that people would end up walking into it, kind of like how birds fly into windows. I'm pretty sure that people would do the exact same thing. But that's the beacon. I'm thinking about doing an actual full-scale, like, beacon and a pyramid together. I think that'd be really cool with, like, light shining out the top of it and stuff. I think that that'd be look just absolutely amazing. If you guys like this, if you've managed to make it, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favorite, a share. Anything you'd feel like doing, tell me out, guys. I would just vastly appreciate, as I always do. Feel free to check out the card system and the description below for all of my tutorial playlists, but in the card system especially, I'll leave you guys some more targeted videos and stuff that I think that you guys will really enjoy, including my Minecraft item tutorials playlist, which there's loads of stuff in there. Feel free to comment down below what do you want to see me make next, and also let me know about that beacon pyramid, because I think that would look amazing. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, favorite, share, and I'll see you in the next video.